Welcome to my cool looking garage. Everything's pretty cool except for these shelves here. As you can see, these shelves are sagging. So I tried to keep weight off the center. I mean, at the time, I couldn't help but to buy these shelves because they're a good price. And as you can see, it holds a bunch of stuff. Just gotta keep it off the center. Kinda defeats the purpose of a shelf. But besides that, I'm just working on organization. I got these racks here on the roof, and I got this cool looking floor that I keep super gluing the corners because they keep lifting. And I'm planning on replacing these shelves with those right there. So I got these off OfferUp off some lady, and she had a whole bunch of Costco returns. That one's still sealed, this one was open, but I got them for about 165 bucks each. And that's the rack, and those are the dimensions. All right, so let's start making a mess. In your head, you're like, this isn't gonna take long. Always takes longer than you think. Well, no, this should be self-explanatory. I hope. Let's give this a try. Well, did my calculations wrong. So I'm kind of in a pickle. Sort of. Yeah, well, this rack was supposed to be 3 or 2 combined to make 3. But my garage isn't long enough. This passes the garage. This passes the garage by like, I don't know, passes the door. I mean, I could just have 2 good separate ones, or in the future just shorten this beam, which is probably what I'll do. Yep, that's dented. Took a while to get to this point. I have an extra shelf. Obviously, too long. It needs to be shortened. I'd like to shorten it to connect both shelves together and just have this space open right here. I gotta cut and weld it. Obviously, I'm a trained professional. Ear protection. Plug her in. We gotta make sure the garage door closes. Close enough. And then that sensor for the garage door, can't push it any over because it won't close. Probably modify that and get an inch out of this, but I'll just leave it. Modifying shelves. Okay, yeah, we're essentially going to butt weld this. We need this much off. Okay, so I got this jigged up here. It's not as easy as you think it'd be, just because I don't have the plug for my welder. The TIG welder works, but the plug for this doesn't, so I'm gonna have to get TIGgy with it. I got to paint this. Alright, so one of my tricks is just to heat it up. Could probably primer it, but whatever. I gotta clean or get this portion. So we're gonna heat this up while we shake. We're gonna let that dry. Okay, so a little sparkly, and then we can hammer it together. Make a little room behind this shelf. Look at that. You can't even tell it's a different color. Can't even tell that it's not straight and not modified. Okay, so okay. There we go. Hammer down. Oh no. Oh no. We got a breach. We got a breach. What is? Oh, you're a dingus. I mean, that side's cut and this side's cut. They were the same side. We should have done a mirror image. That way, the hole for this aligned to this hole. Whoops. We'll just hammer this flat. We can just make this row. Right? We gotta put our trust in it. We'll figure it out. Okay. Set up one shelf with the height of an engine on a roller dolly. Now we're gonna stack engines under here. We left this side open for a potential lift, right? And we can store the lift in this little cubby, and I can put my welder here also. And then we left about 11 inches, enough for milk crates under, and 12 inches on top of that for more milk crates. And then a bunch of junk will go here and here, and the top will probably be for tires or wheels. To get an idea, this is the top. You can see the corner that I cut out just because it was kind of binding. It was a little too wide. And then we got these plastic shelves that are literally shitty. Don't forget to turn off the gas. Alright, so this is what we ended up with. Still trying to figure out the lighting situation. The lights just fit in this little recess here, and I have to modify them to work. So I can put them in here or build a little slot off the side. And that's in the slot, I just cut some wood and bolted it to stick out because this shelf is flush. Still gotta figure out the lighting, but for now I'm gonna finish these shelves here, these brackets. That's level and that's level, even though this whole thing's sideways. Just gonna cut some MDF sheets or particle board sheets and just shove them in between the gap there, pretty much like an interference fit. And then yeah, You gotta get rid of these shelves. Kind of stacked here, meaning you have a shelf on top of a shelf. I need to countersink this a bit. Get this jig and let the jig do all the work. I knew there was a reason I had this chisel and why I had sharpened it. Oh yeah, just like the movies. Okay, all this woodworking has built up an appetite. I heard you like shelves, so we put shelves on top of shelves. Nice. Exactly 3 feet. 31 and a half, 29 and 7/8. This is scrap wood from these shelves here. You can see the burn marks because I didn't have a good blade. I gotta say, having a good blade makes a big difference. Oh, look at that. I gotta say, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I mean, definitely could even make a little panel for this corner here. And obviously this isn't flush because this is stacked on top of each other, but I'm gonna say this ain't too shabby. In other words, I got both cars in here. There's my brother and his Mercedes. Anyways, I managed to fit both cars in the garage as I was just testing, and it's gonna rain. All right, and then I bought 10 of these storage bins. 4, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna buy more. Only $7.99 at Costco. Didn't have to park this close, but here we are. And for the most part, both cars fit, just no workbench in here. That's the main factor. So I want to find a solution to where I could put away the workbench. Maybe some workbench tables that fold up and nest inside the shelf. We'll figure it out. And I want to get rid of this thing. And I'm gonna put all my parts bin stuff in here.